yes, hi, and welcome to the Dark Knight Conspiracies, episode 83. January 6th was worse than Pearl Harbor and 9/11. Well, we saw all the theatrics today, and before I get into my op-ed on all that, let's just get right into tomorrow's news today. So we saw this come out. Manhattan DA, which we've already seen some stuff about this clown. Well, they're not going to pursue the nursing home stuff. I'm not surprised. Again, this, for people that are getting all their panties in a knot, remember, these are state charges. And if you remember what the Orange Man and Roger Stone went through with all this stuff, you know, it was the old, well, you can be exonerated on state charges, but you can still be charged on federal charges. So I'm not going to get too upset yet, but like anything else, we'll see how this plays out. So this came out, a rogue juror in the Maxwell trial evidently didn't admit that he suffered abuse, and now they're demanding a mistrial, which they'll probably get. And again, I'm not gonna get too upset over this, because quite frankly, I think she already sang a long time ago, and we kind of saw it with some convictions this week with Elizabeth Holmes tied to Gates and Soros, and the Harvard Asian professor was finally convicted, but that arrest happened, I think, back in 2017. So the dots I'm connecting here is that these could be people that were given up, and we're starting to see some of the fruits of that labor. I don't know. Time will tell. And we're starting to see more individuals from the Dem Party not rerunning for election. Let me just touch on this, folks. These people are in here for life. If you don't think something's going on, regardless of what we're witnessing, you know, this whole getting into Congress is nothing but a Ponzi scheme to get rich. These people just don't decide, you know what, I'm just not going to run. The latest guy, I think, was from Illinois. Been there 30 some odd plus years. You know, again, these people, and you know, people will say, well, you know, they see the red wave coming in 2022. Well, you know what? That may be possible, but I still keep saying, till they fix 2020, all bets are on the table. Anything can still happen, but I digress. So the reason I'm bringing this up is for those of you that don't know, and again, you can do your research. There's a excellent documentary on BitChute, and it's very long, many hours, well done, and it's called The Fall of the Cabal. Why I think this is interesting is this Kazakhstan apparently is the birthplace of the Hazarian Mafia. Who are they, you say? Well, again, this goes back centuries. Well, these are the people that nobody knows, the people behind the curtain. You know, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. These are the people that hide in the darkness, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and there's some other family groups that have been pulling the strings for centuries. And what's interesting here is their internet was shut off for 24 hours and there's just total mayhem. Putin has come out and said, nobody interfere. We will handle this. And it appears Putin has sent troops in. Banks offline. Interesting. And some of the video footage, if accurate, is quite compelling. And keep in mind, these people don't have guns. And just think about this. They don't have guns, and yet they're doing this. This could be a cleaning of house sort of operation, in my opinion. That we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. My opinion. I'm just saying. But I think it's interesting because, I saw a report from Charlie Ward and Mel K. And again, I take everything with a grain of salt. Saying, well, NESARA GESARA has been activated, and I've done shows on this. And until I see evidence that, that this has happened, well, they say it all happened New Year's Eve, December 31st at midnight. Okay. Just have to watch and see. So keep an eye out for banks that'll close and this and that. Again, can't vet any of this stuff, so until I can see it, until I can vet it, I'm just telling you what other people are saying. So now, let's get into my op-ed and the reason for this episode. I keep going that this is all a game, this is all fake, in my opinion. And everybody got in a tizzy when the Orange Man canceled his press conference for today. And I saw all the theories. Well, he's trolling. He was forcing them to do something, make a move. My personal opinion, when you do these conferences or schedule these things at Mar-a-Lago, there's security involved and you have to issue press passes. It's possible that none of the media was going to show up, and that's why he canceled. This is just my opinion, because, quite frankly, the mainstream media, they're, other than attacking him by name, they're pretty much trying to leave him alone to a certain degree. But, and again, it goes to people's frustration, the toying. And everybody's going to sit there and say in the 17 community and all that stuff, well, they have everything. They have everything. Well, they may very well have everything, but why aren't they disclosing it? And my initial reaction is why they're not disclosing it is what good is it going to do? When you see Como getting off. Now it looks like, they're going to do this whole Maxwell fiasco. I mean, everything's corrupt. So, really, I'll bring up Arizona again. What's going on there? This should have been wrapped up months ago. They're still kicking this can down the road. So I get the frustration, and again, I don't know what the reason. I can't even fathom what the reason is other than, this supposed threat of millions of people dying from an attack. Well, at some point, you got to start calling bluffs and start going for it. Again, that's just my opinion on that side of the coin. The other side of my coin is God's in control of this. So I can question what this other side is doing. I'm not going to question what God's doing. He's got his reasons. And believe me, he knows what he's doing. So, with all that being said, this is what we had to go through today. And this is why I'm going to go down and, this is all a show. Everything's fake. So you had Biden and Harris do their press conferences today. Supposedly from the Oval Office. Okay, folks. There's a reason he's sitting in a little theater with a little kindergarten desk. And I'll leave these links. I didn't watch these speeches. I don't have to. I watched a couple seconds. But let me just tell you something about CGI graphics and green screens. Do you see this? Can you see what's odd with the background compared to the figure? This is all CGI graphics, folks. Whether this is a green screen or what, this is definitely a green screen. So I'll just play a couple seconds of this.
I've said it many times.
Look at the background.
And
Look at
no
around
more
him.
true or real when we think about the events of January 6th.
Okay, that's enough because I just can't stand. Oh, Sleepy Joe. Good night, Joe. Pleasant dreams. Kamala Harris. I don't even know what this thing is. But again, you can see. You can tell the background is so different than the podium. These are all, my opinion, these are all CGI graphics. Now, one of the other reasons why the Orange Man was told to cancel was because you can't get up there and bring up all this voter fraud and this and that. And with the people that have been imprisoned, and here's my take on this. I don't think these people may be in prison, but I don't think they're suffering as much as they claim to be. My opinion. I don't even think they are even in there. I could be wrong. Again, I don't have access to it. Apparently nobody can get in there. Supposedly Marjorie Taylor Greene got in there. I don't know, but what's throwing me off about this whole thing is Newsmax keeps interviewing these people in solitary confinement. Now, I don't remember the last time anybody's done interviews from jail. Now, if these people are being treated as bad as they claim, why on earth would you let them go on mainstream TV and give an interview? Does it make any sense? Now, with everything that went on, we're seeing all Ray Epps, this and that, and all the video footage that come out, what's everybody hiding, and, Kamala Harris coming out and comparing this to Pearl Harbor and 9/11. Actually, she's speaking truth. This is called projection, in my opinion. And actually, it wasn't January 6th, it was November 3rd. You want to know why this was worse? Because this country was infiltrated from within. What do all these things have in common? We got attacked on our mainland. The only difference between January 6th is it was in the darkness. It was behind the green curtain. This has been a silent war for years. And we haven't had an official announcement about it. So when they say this was worse, I agree with them. And this is why I think this is all fake. I think these are actors. Still can't put together why it's got to go on this long from their side. But if certain agencies infiltrated and were there to help, and we're seeing all the reports, this Ray Epps, all these people working for other agencies were involved in these peaceful protests, but there were peaceful protests in Seattle and Minnesota and Wisconsin. That was different, right? Thousands, millions of dollars of damage. I don't know. Did anybody see a bill? How much damage was done? I haven't seen the bill. I haven't seen the dollar figure that they're putting out there. But my point is, if they had their people in there and everybody's questioning why the Orange Man didn't do anything, my guess is they had the playbook. They knew this was going to go down. They had their people in there too. And isn't it funny that Pelosi's laptop turned up missing? Wonder what was on that thing. Could it have been correspondence, say, with maybe another country? Somebody's got it. Supposedly the laptop was returned. Supposedly. But then again, Hunter had 3 laptops. Where's that? Anthony Weiner had a laptop. Where's all that stuff? Oh, don't worry. The Orange Man has everything. Don't worry. Well, you know what? Again, I'm not in the know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and there could be very good reasons for all this stuff, but you keep touting this stuff and you don't produce anything, people are just going to start getting turned off again. This whole movement is starting to go in the other direction, in my opinion, from what I think. And I'll say this about the COVID stuff. There was one good thing came out of the whole COVID thing. Parents were exposed to what was going on, what their kids were learning, because they had to sit home and watch what these kids were doing. None of that would have got exposed. And we at least are seeing some progress there. And we are starting to see people get involved on a wide scale. But where is this going? Because, again, we can get involved only to a certain extent, in my opinion. Everything gets back to, we got to wait till 2022. And I kind of get, again, the reason why nothing's being dropped we're seeing leaks and stuff, but the reason why the Orange Man's really not dropping anything, because he needs control of the House and Senate to make anything stick. And again, I'm going to keep bringing up Revelation. If you haven't read it, you might want to get acquainted with it, because regardless of how this turns out, for the good or the bad, I think we're on that road. And if we're heading towards the bad, it's going to come quick. If we're leaning towards the good side, we're going to buy a little bit of time before it plays out. And that's just my opinion. So with that being said, I want to thank all my subscribers and their comments. I appreciate everybody giving me the time of day out of their busy schedules to at least listen to me. I'm not an authority on anything. I'm just a man with a voice and an opinion. I do know I'm frustrated. I do know I want to see positive things going, but I leave it in the Lord's hands. He knows what he's doing, and I don't have any problem sitting at the back of the bus so long as he's driving. So just on a side note, I've been toying around with an idea because I'm coming up on my 100th episode, and I don't know how soon that's going to come, but I'd like to give a show to the subscribers and the viewers. If you want to ask me any questions, if you want to put in a topic for a show, I'm more than happy to entertain everything, and I think it'd be kind of cool to do a show with viewers' questions, and I'll do some research and I'll see what kind of answers I can come up with for you. So with that being said, until next time, same bat time, same bat channel. Stay strong, stay safe, stay vigilant, be prepared, keep your faith. God bless everybody. Zebra 3, take us home.